arrived at a house, knocked on the door, not having no idea of what the night had in store. I'm like a dog in heat, a freak without warning, not having appetite for love, cause me so horny.
9:39 here, make it 9:40 here, Big 550 KTRS. That song, Me So Horny, was sung by our next guest. He was at 2 Live Crew at the time. He is now a football coach in Miami, and he's out with a brand new book. The book is called The Book of Luke, My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City. Luther Campbell, welcome to KTRS Radio here in St. Louis.
Hey, man. How y'all doing in St. Louis?
We are doing great. When was the last time you heard Me So Horny on an AM on an AM talk station?
Man, I haven't heard that's been a long time. Maybe back in the KKDA and LA days on an AM station. It sounds better on an AM station.
That's what I always say, Luther. That's exactly right. You have led an interesting life, and you detail it in your book, The Book of Luke. You were raised in Miami in very difficult conditions. Tell us how you started out.
Hey, man, I started out in this town called Liberty City, and that's why I have to name a book after it. And I'm still here right now. You know, I don't necessarily live in Liberty City because it has gotten tougher right now. But you know, the whole key of it all, man, I just felt like, and I've always felt like this for some time, for the last couple of years, that I really am the Rodney Dangerfield of the music industry, because nobody wants to tell the story of Southern hip-hop, who created it, and some of the things that we had to go through to pave the way for artists as well as people to be able to do the things that they are doing right now today, whether it's in music or just in life general.
What's the difference between regular hip-hop and Southern hip-hop?
Southern hip-hop? Oh, man. I mean, it's no different, you know, but if you listen to a historian from New York, they would tell you it's a big difference, but hip-hop is hip-hop. It's just like, you know, Converse. Converse are worn by everybody from all around the world, no matter what makeup in life, who you are, what nationality you are. And, you know, us in the South, you know, I mean, that's why I wanted to do this book, because I want people to know that, you know, hey, look, who started Southern hip-hop, the history behind it, what we've done for the business of hip-hop. And, you know, I break it down in this book, and people are so amazed that, you know, again, it's been, you know, the book has been #1 on Amazon for the last 3 weeks, and I'm happy about it.
The book is called The Book of Luke, My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City. Luther Campbell from 2 Live Crew. You've had an interesting life. You've been sued by George Lucas. You had a case argued in front of the Supreme Court. And now, Luther Campbell, you've taken all of your money and all of your resources and all of your clout, and you're a high school football coach.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, hey, that's, you know, I say, you know, people ask that, you know, in how I got into it, because, you know, I have a program that I started over 25 years ago. This year is our 25th anniversary, and I saw so many of our kids going to high school and them coming back to the park and not succeeding. And I always said, you know, when my career kind of died down and slowed down, you know, I still run my record company, Luke Records, you know, that's been going on for over 25 years, and we still own quite a bit of our masters and make good money off of that, placing it around the country. So, you know, I still go out and on the road and do some touring every now and then. But I say, you know, and look, you know, the average person goes to the gym every day and they work out. You know, it takes them about a couple hours to prepare and go to the gym and get a good workout in. I'm going to just take my gym time and donate it to high school coaching and high school football. And this is going on my 13th year, my 7th year in high school, and my 13th year overall.
What is it about you? What was it about you, Luther Campbell, that said, I need to give back to the place that I came from?
Man, let me tell you, it was just me growing up as a kid, you know, and I talk about it in the book, being a young man that got bused to Miami Beach to play organized football from Liberty City and getting home at 11 o'clock at night, you know, and I always said if I ever made 2 cents over my lunch money that I would then start a program in my own community. And so I did that. And like I say, it's our 25th year of Liberty City Optimists. And so many kids have came through the program, guys that are in the NFL right now, guys who retired out of the NFL that are great players. And, that's what was important. And that's why, it's important for people to get a good sense of who I am and read the book.
Do your players have to go to the University of Miami?
No. Let me tell you this here. Once I started coaching high school football, I kind of learned a lot about, the landscape of football, knowing that there's only so many scholarships. And then at the end of the day, that coach, he picks and chooses who he wants on his team. And I've been heartbroken so many times by University of Miami coaches and the current coaches right now when I thought kids should have been playing at the school and they didn't take the kids. So, I always try and, tell the coaches to encourage them. But then as far as my kids are concerned, the ones that I coach, I got 5 kids on my defense right now that are committed to major universities. And one of my kids, Devontae Freeman, who played for me at the Park and in high school, he decided to go to Florida State, a school that I don't like. And it's just the mere fact that, hey, look, education is education, and as long as you're happy, because at the end of the day, I don't have to spend 1 hour at that school facility. So I encourage them to go wherever they feel comfortable with.
The book is called The Book of Luke: My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City by Luther Campbell, a.k.a. Luther from 2 Live Crew. What did you think of the movie Straight Outta Compton?
Man, I think it was a great movie. I think it was long overdue, just like this book, in a different perspective, because you've seen so many movies about New York hip-hop artists or other music, and people have never really gotten, the history of hip-hop told from a different perspective. And some of the things that those guys went through were some of the things that we went through the same way. And some of the most compelling part of that movie was the mere fact that seeing, people like, these parent organizations and these right-wing organizations coming after them, threatening to put them in jail. And that's why I tell people that was a great lead-up to my movie, because, being threatened to go to jail, but then now, the next movie, these guys went to jail. These guys went to the Supreme Court. This guy, had to go through so much and had to give back so much. I mean, our movie, it's going to be a great segue from that movie.
The book is called The Book of Luke. Luther Campbell, thanks for checking in, Luther Campbell. Good luck in your good luck playing football and coaching football, and congrats on all your success.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Everybody go get that book.
Luther Campbell, The Book of Luke: My Fight for Truth, Justice, and Liberty City. 948 here, Big 550 KTR.